to a brand new episode of Drag the Lake. I'm your host, Andy Malafrina. I don't know if Pat George will be joining us. Today is let me turn the headphones fucking up. Today is Monday. Me and Pat don't do a lot of talking beforehand. Our friendship is on podcast and via Instagram Reels. So I don't know, and it's completely fine. I think earlier when we had the public when we had it was quality radio. It was absolutely quality radio. But Dunbar, there we go. First in his name, first in the chat. Dunbar, how you doing, brother? Brother man, we are back. And Derek, the faithful, loving, beautiful Derek, welcome back. It's Monday. The holidays are over. New Year's is about to start. I have a zit on my head, which I think is crazy. It's kind of crazy to have a zit on your head. There's something about being 35 and having a zit, and you're just like, what are we doing, man? What are we fucking doing? Humongous Jesus Dunbar. Dunbar is his Jesus. Or in the words of God, what's his fucking name? In the words of Michael Bisping, there is no Jesus. One of the best trash talks ever. One of the world's greatest trash talks ever is there is no Jesus. If you're new to the show, thank you so much for hanging out. Please give me a little bit of your time. Oh fuck, where is it? God damn it. Ah, fuck. I lost it. I lost the goddamn link. Where is it? No, I found there's this article I wanted to read later. Okay, good. My Twitter did not refresh. There's this article I wanted to read later. Maybe it did refresh. Motherfuck. Oh, damn. Okay. Sorry, looking for the tweet. This post bugged the shit out of me. You know what? Let's not. I'm going to save that. We're not going to go down that rabbit. No, I saw something of Rick Rubin was calling AI the punk rock of coding. And I got to be honest, dude, there's certain people I will, like, I understand the criticisms of them, but I will defend them. You know what I mean? Like when people shit on Rick Rubin, for having no talent and he can't play, and it's like, oh, you produced all this great music and you don't know how to play an instrument, and you don't know how to play the instrument, and you don't know how to work any of the equipment and stuff. I go, yeah, but he's got to have something that people love. Look at the track record, yada yada yada. But then I see an article like this. I see an article like this. Pull it up, daddy. And I mean, this gotta be the stupidest thing I've ever read. I gotta be honest, like, you guys know me, I'm an open-minded person. I'm probably a little too open-minded for my own good. And I know that definitely sounds like something a non-open-minded person would say. It's always the thing someone who's not the thing they're claiming says. They're like, I'm actually probably the most, I turn to Trump, I'm actually probably the most open-minded anyone's ever been on anything. No, but for real, Far Wild in the chat. What's up, brother? What is up? I just got done streaming Def Jam Fight for New York. Guys, go check out Most Dope. Not more than me, but however much you watch me, when you're done with that, you can watch Most Dope, but not more than me. No, so I understand. Yeah, people say that a lot of times when they're not actually the thing they're claiming, but like you guys have seen me spend 9 years arguing with Slav before I actually block him, and then when he makes a new account, I don't block it. Like, I'm a pretty understanding, open-minded person. St. Ivan in the chat. What up, brother? God, all the fucking regs are here. I love you guys. So like, and also too, I'm a guy who like, I cannot agree with someone, but I can see their perspective and I can respect it. I can I can see all angles to stuff. I can disagree with people and still fuck with them and hang out. I can not fuck with a certain concept but still fuck with you, yada yada yada, all this kind of stuff. And also, again, like a dude with Rick Rubin, I can look at the track record, look at the, you know, a lot of times people ignore the results and they just criticize the process. And you're just like, yeah, but the process, if the results are the results, then how can you shit on the process? You know what I mean? And it's like, as much as certain things about Rick Rubin annoys the shit out of me, like his whole aesthetic, his aura, like if any other guy was like that, I would be like, please don't invite him to the party. But if you produced License to Ill, you know what I mean? You can do that. If you produce what was it, Rain and Blood by Slayer, I think it was, you can do that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like normally that stuff sucks ass. But if you produce some of the greatest albums ever, you can do that, and I don't give a fuck. But I gotta be honest, man. I gotta be honest. I don't really have wiggle room on AI. And I've talked about it before. Here's where I have wiggle room on AI. What's that dude? Something Phillips, Captain Phillips on the Colts, the Indianapolis Colts, Captain Phillips. Who's the guy on the Colts? Phillips? Guys, in the chat, answer my question immediately. Come on, chat. Colts, which by the way, I was Googling it. The Colts, what's the guy's name? Philip Rivers. I beat you, Moldy Toad. Thank you, Moldy Toad, but I beat you to it. But yeah, Philip Rivers on the Colts. I was trying to Google. Moldy Toad, thank you. Most dope, thank you. But I beat you to it. I'm a really smart guy. But yeah, Philip Rivers on the Colts. I was trying to figure out what his whole thing was, because I knew his whole thing was like crazy, and I didn't know why it was crazy. Him being on the Colts right now was crazy. So I had to Google, and I was like trying to Google it, and it was giving me like Philip Rivers stats for last week. And I was like, no, give me the breakdown. So I go to ChatGPT, or no, I go to Grok. Shout out Grok. Elon stinks, but I like your Grok. Hey, yo. Anyway, so I asked Grok, I go, Grok, why is the whole Philip Rivers thing right now in the Colts interesting? Grok gives me the whole rundown, and it was pretty spot on, and I fucking loved it. That's when I like AI. Like in those, just make something easier and quicker for me. But you know, other than like little things like that, I got almost shit. Why is my mouse not working? There we go. I got little things like that is where I fuck with AI. Other than that, I don't got a lot of wiggle room. So going back to what I was saying earlier, when I see someone like Rick Rubin say some shit that like this, Rubin calls AI the punk rock of coding right off the jump. And I will give Rick Rubin a little bit of leeway because of the track record and because of shit like that. I'll give him a little bit of leeway, but I got to tell you, that's a bad start, Rick. That's a real bad start. You're already behind on some of your things. You know what I mean? It's already hard to defend you on the fact that you don't know a single thing. You know what I mean? You already start in this going like, so what's your process, Rick? He goes, well, I start off by not knowing a fucking thing ever about anything. So you're already in the hole in my book, Rick. It's already a fucking uphill battle defending you. And then you go, AI is the punk rock of coding. Like the idea, and he goes, how I started in music was punk rock. If you had something to say, you could say it. You didn't need the expertise or skill set other than your idea and your ability to convey it. And vibe coding is the same thing. It's the punk rock of coding. I got to be honest, though. There's got to be some fucking barrier of entry, dude. Because here's the thing. It's like, when people talk about like, democracy and voting, and now they say like voting is a right. And you guys know me, I don't like democracy. Democracy really is like, people always hail democracy as like the pinnacle of, keeping your freedoms and all this and that and blah, 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 blah. But it really is just going like, you're just encouraging society to have popularity contests every 4 years and trying to convince You're encouraging society to have a popularity contest every 4 years, and basically, on complex issues, you're just trying to get the like 51% or more on your side. And the best way to do that in a short period of time is not to make a convincing argument. It's to sort of propagandize people and blah blah blah, and do shit like that. So I'm never one to really like big up democracy like that. But fuck, what was the thing I was saying? Oh, yeah. But like a lot of times, so and because of that, I don't really look at voting as this like ultimate beautiful right that you have. And it's like, especially in a democracy, it's like, yeah, no, it's your right to potentially vote my rights away. You know what I mean? So I don't really, but if we're going to have this society and we're going to have the right to vote, I don't think it's this thing that it's like, we already have a high level of uninformed people voting. You know what I mean? And then, this caveat of like the bare minimum is you leave the house to go do it. You set aside a couple, because it's like, it's this weird thing. It's this weird thing where it's like, it's the pinnacle of freedom and democracy and blah, blah, blah. But like a lot of people won't miss work for it, And I get it. Money's tight. But also, if it's this thing, it's like when people are crying about Planned Parenthood not being funded a while ago when they were doing the pussy marches. And it's like, how much did you donate to Planned Parenthood? They're like, well, no. And you're like, okay, but like you said it was this big deal to you, and you're not even going to get a couple. They're not even going to get a couple bucks out of you, And so it is this thing with like voting and stuff like that, where it's like, no, I think it's okay to have somewhat of a barrier of entry to vote, because it's like, if you can't bring yourself to leave your house and go to the polls and do this and that, you know what I mean? Do I even want you to like be part of decision making? You know what I mean? And it's like, punk rock was obviously, punk rock was like music got simplified. If music got simplified and now everyone can do it, that's fun. That's cool. But that's also like the thing about punk rock is like, in a lot of that shit, that's like a starting point. You know what I mean? You start at like, oh shit, it's actually, wait, you're telling me it's this easy to play a Ramones song? That's a starting point. You know what I mean? And then you're supposed to get like better at it. You know what I mean? I keep saying, you know what I mean, too many times. But do you know what I mean? You know what? And I don't know if my voting analogy made fucking sense, but it's why I don't like when people go like, oh, these people, they don't, they cry because they don't have like the absolute, I don't know. I think my voting analogy sucked ass. It made sense in my head, but as I was saying it, I was like, I did a bad job explaining it. But yeah, going back to the music thing, like with music and stuff like that, it's like, I don't know, man. If you can't because like anyone who's ever played music, Sidewalk Toes, that's your name, right? Because I know you in real life, Pat. I forget your username. Yeah, Sidewalk Toes. He's a musician like me. And he plays guitar. And I'm sure there's a couple of you guys in here that play guitar and something, or the drums. And like, if you've played an instrument, you know how fucking easy it is to play a Ramones song. And I got to tell you, man, if you can't meet the bare minimum, like, bro, if you can't meet the bare minimum of Blitzkrieg Bop, actually, dude, I'll even easier than that is I think Sheena is a punk, one of those, but they're both equally as easy. But you know what I mean? It's like, brother, if you can't meet the bare minimum, of learning Blitzkrieg Bop on guitar, and your alternative is click, 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 click. Give me a song like this, blah, 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 blah. It's not about like, oh, they need that. I don't know. I don't care about what you have to say. You know what I mean? Like if you're not even going to meet the bare minimum of Blitzkrieg Bop on guitar or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Bro, literally the dude from Blur who's in the fucking the dude from Blur who's in the fucking Gorillas. Dude, Clint Eastwood was like a preset on one of his keyboards. I'm telling you, like, the barrier of entry into music is pretty and that guy has like Grammys and is a bajillionaire. The barrier of entry to music is pretty fucking low. You know what I mean? And then also too, like if that's what you need to express yourself, like if that's how you're expressing yourself, I don't know if I care enough. I don't know if I care to hear what you have to say. I got to tell you, if your version of expression is clank 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 clank, click 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 click, click, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Anyone can play music if you put the smallest amount of effort in. 1000%. Brother, like, go watch some of these. I'm turning my fucking light on. It's too dark in here. Big Red needs a little bit more light to podcast. You know what I mean? Like, dude, watch some of these videos of not the like big time producers, but there's like some hip hop producers who it's more of the guys who have that like quick hit and shit like that. Dude, watch what they do. Watch the effort they put into to like make their music. It's not a lot. You know what I mean? The barrier of entry into music is already pretty fucking low. You know, it's already pretty fucking low. And if you can't bother yourself to download a fucking, download a MIDI program, do anything like that. Like, brother, sorry, I'm posting the link to the stream. I forgot to tell people we're live. You know what I mean? It's like I talk to people will be like, it's the kind of, it's like I tell people sometimes, like, I'm not a big fan of free comedy shows because there's like, you don't realize, like, but you don't even have to charge a lot. You don't even have to charge a lot. But from my experience doing stand-up comedy, the type of person that will avoid your show because it's $5, like, because it's $5 versus free, there's part of me that goes like, that person doesn't need to be here. You know what I mean? That person doesn't need to be here. It's okay that they're not here, And if you can't even meet the low barrier of, downloading a fucking program or something like that, it's okay. We don't need to hear your music. Fuck, I had a really good analogy 2 seconds ago in my head, and then I was like posting these links. But yeah, that is kind of what it is. You know what I mean? I think that was the analogy of the free show. Like, doing comedy, you'll notice that there's like a type of person that there's like, you need to request a tiny bit of effort because, I remember the analogy I was going to use. It's like, there's a type of person that wants to do something. Yeah. This is what it is. There's a type of person that wants to do something for the glory versus the love of the game, that if you make it easier to start it, if you make it easier to be involved in it in a real way, you're going to get way too much of the glory hogs and shit like that. That's why it's actually, honestly, and you know me, I'm not a fucking Kill Tony Hinchcliffe hater in any way. I fuck with the dude a lot, but that is one of the unintended problems with Kill Tony is, and you know what it is? He does a good job at not letting not letting the worst of the worst get through, because he is that like last barrier of entry. But because of the Kill Tony thing, oh shit, we got Pat in the mix, and my mouse is not working. God damn it, why is my mouse not working? There we go. I want to get Pat in the mix. There we go, brother. Sorry, my mouse was not working. I was just to catch you up. I haven't read this article, but I can't imagine it gets too much better than the headline. But Rick Rubin is he's doing the Lord's work, saying the dumbest shit ever. But he said Rick Rubin calls AI the punk rock of coding. How I started in music was punk rock. If you have something to say, you could say it. You didn't need the expertise or skill set other than your idea and your ability to convey it. Vibe, blah, 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 blah. I'm a big dumb idiot. And I was saying that like there needs to be the bare minimum of like a barrier of entry to some shit, because I was saying it's like one of the unintended consequences of Kill Tony, where like, Tony's the last line of defense of these retards, but you get a real plethora of retards in Austin because they see this like, oh, I can get famous overnight. So a bunch of people who are just in it to get fucking fame are just clogging up the scene and shit like that. And you would get a bunch of people like that who are trying to use AI in music who are just clogging it up, where it's like you can't, it's like you can't meet the bare minimum of like learning how to do it. And it's like that's a good barrier. That's a good barrier of like just do the bare minimum. I was saying this earlier. I was like, hey, if you want to play music, just do the bare minimum and learn Blitzkrieg Bop on guitar. And if you can't do that, you genuinely shouldn't be making music. Because that to me is like the smallest of asks, because we've learned that's a version of music is the Ramones, and we all enjoy it and stuff. So that should be like the bar. It's like that's the easiest, most enjoyable form of it. So if you can't do that, why would I give a fuck about what you have to say? Because that's always the argument for like AI music. It's like there's these people who don't have the ability and they're able to get a voice. And I go, why would I want to hear that voice then if they can't even learn Blitzkrieg Bop on guitar? But how you doing today, brother?
I don't understand with like where we're at now with like Bill Cosby and like a couple other people. Like why are we still listening to this fucking hippie? Like why is he being interviewed? Because like most people don't know who he is.
Rick Rubin?
Yeah, like I mean he is recognizable obviously, but like they would like they'd go, he's that music producer guy. But he's that music producer guy that doesn't play music, that doesn't know chords or structure or anything, even after spending bajillions of years in the music industry.
Yeah,
he refuses to learn instruments. So of course he loves AI. The stupid fucking hippie loves the thing that makes him not work and makes him sound great. Just like he's done to artists all of his fucking life. The guy doesn't, he goes, just let go. And he goes, I did that. I did it, boys. Because I went, guys, you got to think outside the box.
That goes to what I was saying earlier, where it's like, we let a lot, like, I know for me personally, and a lot of other people, you let a lot of things go because you're like, well, he did produce License to Ill, and that's some of the greatest shit ever. And he, what? He did though. No, he did though. He did though.
Did he actually produce it? You just said he can't play instruments. Did he actually produce anything?
No, I know what you're saying, but he did though. He did, and you give him that leeway. But it's and you look past it. This was the joke I was making. I go, yeah, you have the look of if that guy showed up to the party, you'd turn to your friend and go, why the fuck did you bring him? But then you remember he produced the Slayer album, and you go, well, I guess he's a fun hang. But then it gets to a point though where you're like, hey man, being pro AI music is a little bit of the last straw. And I gotta tell you, I used to defend you to people. Now I don't give a fuck. You're beyond. If you're being pro AI music, you're beyond. I got no energy to defend you anymore, brother.
He doesn't edit. He doesn't actually like know how to play any instruments. He doesn't. Essentially, what his production skill is, whether like he is good luck. He's somebody that goes like, Yeah, he's somebody with good music taste. Really, honestly, that's all he is. He is somebody who has good music taste because, from his own admission, he doesn't know how to work the equipment. He doesn't know how to play instruments. He doesn't actually do anything. So it's like, so the process is like, it's like I don't know if it's a catch-22 or what it is, but it's like one of those things where essentially, like, what, like, is it production or is it like in his case? I'm saying,
we
like,
were
I'm not saying
talking
you
about
have
this.
to play all the instruments to do it, but
No, yeah, but we talked about this before when people were shitting on him and we were like defending him, basically being like, yeah, he doesn't know the technical shit, but it's been proven over time that it's, he's a crucial element to people. People believe in him and his music taste and his music ability and shit like that. But it's got so that's why I would always like defend the guy and shit like that. But at the same time, if you're being pro AI music, I just go like, I don't care enough to defend you.
You go, oh, you're an asshole. Okay, all right, I get it now. Like I think Sidewalk Toes gets it right. This is perfect. All he did was sit in a room and say, "Hang on, let's take my shoes off." Yeah, I like that. It's literally like he's just like, the groove's not funky enough, and you're like, what are you talking about? It's just because he's not as openly annoying as like DJ Khaled or something like that. We let it slide. But when DJ Khaled picks up that guitar and he starts doing this, and he looks like he doesn't even know what he's holding at all.
Yeah,
it's kind of like one of those things where you're like, hey man, don't push your luck. You know what I mean? Like, and with like Rick Rubin, it's a
no, that's a great way to put it. Don't push your luck because I will defend Rick Rubin in the sense that like people always try to do that with like Steve Jobs, and you go like, well, he didn't actually, because they always throw that at him where it's like, well, he didn't actually like get in there and do this and that inside the phone, and you're like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you don't get the phone without Steve Jobs, so it's like, just leave it there. And that's
what I'm saying with Rick Rubin is like, don't push it.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's the thing with Rick Rubin. He's like, yeah, he's fucking retarded and he doesn't know how to work a thing, but at the end of the day, you don't get these albums without Rick Rubin. That being said, and that's where I bring in what you just said, it's like, but buddy, just understand, like, you're this fucking, you're this hippie that just manages to capture lightning in a bottle every time. You're fucking Mr. Magoo of music production. So again, that's why you saying don't push it is so vital, where it's like, you're on thin ice already.
Yeah.
And now, now you're hopping into one of the most divisive conversations there is right now about music production, and you're looking like a fucking asshole.
And also, you're talking about punk. You're referencing punk rock as a thing of like, this is great, and it's like, yeah, punk rock, the thing that's like, hey, you can be anything you want here. Hey, you can be anything you want here. And then somebody does something different. They go, hey, we don't do that here.
No, Pat.
Go, wait, what are you talking about? You said we now. It was I before, but now it was all individual until it was a thing you guys said you didn't like. And then there was like, we don't do that. We're a group now.
Nah, Pat. You know what? You just don't get it. You know what's super duper fucking punk rock is when I get a program completely funded by the government from a tech billionaire, and that is what punk rock is. I go, Sam Altman, I'm trying to be punk rock. Can I use your program real quick?
Yeah,
Sam Altman, tech billionaire.
Rock? Let me see if I can figure out punk rock real quick. I'm gonna do some math equations to figure out. I'm gonna get punk rock. It's like,
go fuck yourself.
It's just a thing where, like, yes, you're absolutely right. We don't get those things without him. I don't know how it happened. Maybe it was just talented musicians in a studio, and this guy didn't get in their way, and that's his method. Great, that's a method, because sometimes there's people that overproduce or they're too hands on or something like that. But it is useful to have somebody. It's just like. I feel like ex-players are some of the best coaches because they've played the game, man. So, like, if you're like, hey, play that bass guitar better, be like, you fucking play it at all. So it's this thing where you're just like, you're not an effective boss because you're not telling them what to do because you don't know what you're doing. So it is a catch-22, but you're right. We wouldn't have gotten that if Rick Rubin didn't go, hey, man, blood sugar sex magic's cool, man, or whatever.
But also at the same time, though, it's like how could the Beastie Boys have possibly
they would have figured it out. They would have absolutely figured it out.
That's the other thing. They're like, I remember fuck. I'm trying to. People always try to use these analogies of like. I remember. I remember I had this very religious girlfriend in high school, and she was trying to argue. And you know where I am on the abortion conversation. I hate a bad argument. So she's trying to argue why to try to get you to go like, oh yeah, we shouldn't abort babies. We shouldn't abort babies because it was like apparently Beethoven's mom was thinking about aborting him.
The
and
dog?
Then, yeah, and I love that dog. And we
Bro,
wouldn't have gotten
never have gotten that franchise.
we didn't the greatest trilogy ever.
Holy shit, trilogy! Come on. You know they went straight to DVD after a while.
The trilogy. I'm not talking about the rest.
I'm talking about the 5.
But no, I'm remembering parts of this. But it was this whole thing of like, it's funny too to talk to high school Andy and be like, dude, we wouldn't have had Moonlight Sonata or whatever the fuck they're called. But it's this whole fucking thing of like, yeah, we wouldn't have had Beethoven. So just like we never would have gotten music. And I go like, we would have gotten music. There would have been more. You know what I mean? It's like you know, it's like I'm in stand-up comedy. There's a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? It's like being like, well, if Bill Cosby wasn't there, we wouldn't have had comedy. There's plenty of people doing it. You would still get it. You know what I mean? So that is the other part of like the Rick Rubin conversation where it's like, yeah, but like Slayer's still Slayer. You know what I mean? It's not like Slayer was just looking at their instruments like, boo, 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 what do I do? And then Rick Rubin was in the corner and go, you should play those fast, man.
Yeah, it's not, he didn't write the song. He didn't go like, what about like rain and like blood or something? You know what I mean? Like he wasn't in there doing the shit from like Bohemian Rhapsody or or what's the other one? Straight Outta Compton. He's not sitting there going like, what if this was like, you guys have to think about, most people get licenses to fly or to drive, but you need one too. Ew. You know, like, whoa. You know, he's not opening their fucking minds. He's just like, he's probably the last one in the studio. I guarantee, like, he's probably the one that were like, they're probably in there waiting with their instruments going like, the tech's there, you know, everybody, and he's just like, and comes in and goes, all right, what do we got so far? You know what I mean? Like, he seems like that kind of boss where it's like he is able to take the credit because he's not over boisterous. He's not telling people. He's not pushing it on anybody. But he does have this air. He does have this arrogance now, especially once you actually think about it and you're like, well, he doesn't know any of this.
Yeah.
So it comes off as arrogant and not as like chill.
You know what it is too?
You're like, oh, okay.
I just realized this too. A huge thing of a big thing of Rick Rubin's appeal is like I always notice this. Steph loves watching that show Ink Master with everyone's goth aunt Dave Navarro, and it's always like they always go like, all right, we're gonna take this 70-year tattoo vet and put him up against a 3-year-old baby who just learned how to do. Black and gray. Let's see if this baby could beat him. And the baby's like, I don't know how to do anything. And he's like, let's see. And then it's like, it goes to like the finals. And then they'll be like, you fucked this up, baby. And the baby's like, I don't know anything. You know, and it's on that level where everyone's like, look at him. Look at him. He's a fucking disgusting hippie who's fucking retarded, but he just seems to make this brilliant shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, fucking they can do it with or without him. You know what I mean? Like if he feeds into this like legend and this story of like, oh my God, how could he's so fucking retarded and smelly. How does he just make such good Jay-Z albums?
After a while, like after a couple hits, then when like they go, oh, he's worked with hip hop guys and metal guys, and they both got rich. So now every talented artist is going, and up and coming artist is going to want to come work with them.
Yeah,
so it's like then the works, then even he's doing even less. So it's wonderful that he's gotten to live the life he has. I don't know a single thing he's actually like done.
Yeah,
like done. And I understand what I'm saying is especially somebody who is an aspiring producer, is somebody who is like, or an active producer, really. In this case, where it's like I definitely do more than Rick Rubin. And I get way less recognition. And I know so much more than Rick Rubin, which is fucking crazy.
We gotta start giving you shout out. We gotta start giving you shout outs on the pod.
Yeah.
Every time you pull up something quickly, you go, "You crazy for this one, Pat?"
Oh my God, shit, hell yeah! How'd you do it, man? Oh my God, the infamous I just think it's a thing where like he doesn't have. I'm not I'm not even saying he's talentless. I just don't know of any talents he has that would, aside from just having a good ear for music or knowing how to work with artists. But
Well,
basically, it seems like he's incredibly hands off, and the
wait.
artists do most of the work.
I think Let me. Oh yeah, I'm on his Wikipedia. Is an American record producer. He's also co-founder of Def Jam Records. So
That's huge.
but you also have to realize he's a huge final say
He's the
in
jam
what.
part.
Yeah,
I like it
but
on
no,
my toast.
but no, he's Oh yeah, dude, founder of American Record Recordings and former co-president of Columbia Records.
Right.
So he's also a huge gatekeeper. So like you have to go through Rick to get you like it made more sense back in the day. Rick Rubin's getting exposed through like the modern age where it's like everyone can do this shit now
Yeah.
and you don't have the same type of gatekeepers.
But he's
And
not
it's
though.
like
He's
what?
still being touted as like this legendary producer, and you're like, wait,
Well,
wait, wait.
no,
Whereas I'm looking back and going, wait, what did you actually do?
No, what I'm saying is like back in the day, Rick Rubin would say shit, and because no one would call him on it because people weren't as hip to the game, and artists in general were like, yeah, but if we want to be on these record labels, we have to have Rick stand in the room and be smelly. You know what I mean? But like now that everyone's more hip to this shit, we're all able to be like, no, you fucking retard. Like I think what I'm saying is it's shifting into people being like, wait, that guy's retarded.
You know, it's you know what's really funny because you go like you look at his thing at his Wikipedia and you're like, oh wow, he founded this record company, he founded this record company, and you go, that's impressive, that's doing something for sure, and they're successful. But it's also like, but go to the Bronx, and there's a million record producers there, a ton of people that started their own labels. Yours got famous because you co-founded them with talented people. So
Yeah,
you
well,
have
that's more of the
talented people
point.
attached. That's the success. So his success, his talent is connecting himself or being a part of creative things.
Oh yeah,
That's
yeah,
his
no,
thing.
no, no. What I'm not. Yeah, obviously it's easy to start a record company. Anyone can do it. What I'm saying is he got lucky, and his record companies became the big ones. Like you remember back in the day, Def Jam was huge. I don't know what Def Jam is now, but like Def Jam was huge. Columbia is still a huge record label. What I'm saying is when you're the co-founder, co-owner of that, you're a huge decision maker.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like it's almost akin to. And I don't think Rick Rubin's got any fucking sex scandals or anything, but it's akin to like P. Diddy, where it was like, oh, you wanna be on Bad Boy, you want to get this made? I have to dance in the back of your music video. I have to be a producer on it. You know what I mean? I think it's almost akin to that of like, but like Rick Rubin is probably just a better hang. So more people are like, yeah, sure, have Rick in there.
Yeah.
He like, he's already like he doesn't hurt the album
He's not going to get in
way.
the way. That's the thing. He doesn't get in the way, and I think that is a great producing. It's almost like the tough guy coach process where it's like, yeah, you can scream at them to motivate them as much as you want, but you actually also kind of have to know what you're talking about at some point. So like you can not get in the way so much, but then at some point somebody may go like, "What do you think?" And he's going to go, I was just here not to get in the way. Make it bumpier. Can you make it like the bass bigger? Can you make it more bass or something? Or you know what I mean? Like I feel like anytime they go like spotlights on you, Rick, what do you think? And he's just like, don't think about it too much.
It's actually
and they
honestly
go, brilliant. It's like fuck off.
dude, but honestly, it's like that's actually like a really good life lesson. Don't be in the way.
Mm-hmm.
And just like lay in the cut and like
it's a style. Like that's what I'm saying. It's definitely a style, and it's like coaching. Like I said, it's coaching or anything. It's like I let them. They're all professionals. I'll let them do that. It's like no. Do your job. No, you gotta coach. But come up with a play. Tell them a thing. Run drills or something. Like you know what I'm saying. Like you gotta have some kind of process. But
I don't know, man.
His process works. That's what I'm saying. It's like
I think I'm on Rick Rubin's side again. I like that strategy.
he's a perspective producer. He's like one of those guys that just goes like, sounds good. I like it.
Whenever you hear
I'm
his
just not feeling this one, and you're like, He's always on it. He's on it every time. It's like the credit that people give, like when doctors thank God. I go like, dude, you did it, bro. You went to school for 10 years. You did all that stuff. Like God, yes, maybe guided your hand, but it's also like, you know, you can take a little credit too. The artist did a really good job, I'm sure, navigating his non-commitment or his non-involvement.
There is something to that, though. I got to give it,
time.
like, I was being kind of funny a second ago. There is something to it, though, of just having a dude go,
Just go.
like, no, because you think about it, like, I think about whenever I was, like, always trying to, I was always good at making music in a group. Like, when I was in a band with Jay Simpson, he would, like, write a lot of the riffs, and then I would kind of go along with it and be like, oh, this would be the good drum part. And I would throw out a thing here or there. But I was always a fan of the collaborative thing. Whenever I was like on my own, making music myself, like when I was trying to get into like making beats and stuff, I would always like overthink everything. And it would really be a huge roadblock for me. And I go, man, I would love just like a retarded hippie in the corner being like,
Yeah.
bro, chill.
Each role, like if there's like 4 members in the band, he's like, well, I'm the tiebreaker. I'll be here to make the help. You know, if there's 2 versus 2, I'll go, maybe this one, maybe 3. And they go, oh, we didn't even think. It's perspective. And like I said, I've said it a million times. Producing is just having thought of shit ahead of time. Is preparing. Is you just prepare for things and you are ready to pivot. That's a successful producer, I feel like, because it's somebody that is like, I'm ready to do it. If it's perfectly, everything's supposed to go the way it's supposed to go. But if it doesn't go that way, I can pivot and I can still get a quality product through whatever it may, through my processes. So
it's also the balls to make like a definitive decision. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's
like
the thing.
when everyone's
decision makers.
when everyone's sitting there just going like I was experiencing this yesterday with Steph's in-laws is brother.
In-laws?
What?
Wait, your in-laws?
Oh yeah, Steph's in-laws would be my parents. I meant my in-laws.
I was legitimately confused. I'm sorry.
I said
her parents. I was like, wait, your parents are here too? Holy shit.
No. You were right. I technically said my parents.
Okay.
Steph's in-laws are my parents.
That's the craziest way to call. I'm gonna start calling my mom my wife's mother.
My wife's mother-in-law.
Yeah, my wife's mother-in-law.
You gotta start throwing
that. And they go,
actually,
my wife's mother-in-law? Your mom?
Actually, start throwing that out there and see if anyone even notices. It'd be so funny.
That's my new joke.
But no, my in-laws, we were like hanging out, and they're great people, love them to death. But it turns into this like circle of hell of everyone going like, I'm down with whatever. When the entire crew is like, I'm just down with whatever, you're like, someone make a decision.
French fries or no French fries? I'm
well, because also
if you get French fries, I'll get French fries. It's just
yeah, exactly. No, exactly. And then it's like, but then there's always that one person who's like, I'm down with whatever, but you know what I'm not down with, and I will be passive aggressive if you pick those things.
I'm good with whatever. Oh, tomatoes. Okay, I'll pick them off.
Yeah, dude, it is.
Shut up.
I'm good with whatever. Also, there's very specific things I hate.
I have clear expectations that I will not let you know until it's too late.
But dude, dude, honestly, Rick Rubin in the corner being like, "Let's go to Whataburger." We'd all be like, "Oh, you crazy, Rick?"
That's what I'm saying. It's like that's 90%. Whenever anybody's like, "Man, Deuce it," I'm just like, I just have had enough trial and error at this point where I'm like, I know what can go wrong. So I got that cord, and it's like, I just had $15 a couple weeks ago, and I put it in my bag. You know what I mean? No problem, guys. Yeah. It's like a thing of it's so like that's why ultimately I don't think he's a phony or a fraud. I think he is just not the god that everybody makes him out to be, because it's just another style. But you cannot argue with his track record. You know, the hits that he's had. What?
Oh, sorry. I just got a all caps text from Steph, and then I read it, and I was like, "What's wrong?" Oh, okay. Okay, later. No, it is this weird thing where, you know what it is? It's like I do, just based off the track record and stuff, there's like I almost compare it to like conspiracies. It's like the conspiracies you never hear about too often. You go, yeah, because it's probably there's not a lot there. And the ones that keep popping up, you go, it's probably because there's something there. And I feel like that's why Rick Rubin keeps getting work. I go, there's got to be something there. But, and we were saying it before, but we know you don't know shit, dude. We know you're just you're a hippie Mr. Magoo.
Enough
so
of your
like,
insight.
yeah, why don't maybe you just produce records? Maybe when people go like, what do you think, Rick? You go, I'm just a smelly hippie. Don't worry about me. And then maybe you do your hippie thing and just disappear into the sun, into the into the distance. Yeah, just prove you're an aberration. Just go.
I think that it's like, you know, when people get like mad at athletes for sharing their political thoughts and they're just like, shut up and play. It's like they say that thing. I literally feel that with Rick Rubin, and anything he has insightful to say about artistic.
Shut up and dribble, Rick.
Shut up and dribble, dumbass. Just don't talk about it. You're very mysterious. If you can't explain it, then stop trying. Shut the fuck up.
You know what I hate about shut up and dribble?
Why?
It's like,
wait, hold on. Let me try again. Take two. What? I said the wrong W. That's my bad.
I didn't even register.
What's wrong with shut up and dribble? And I go, why? Where?
Dude, honestly, if Rick Rubin was here, he'd be like, Pat, can we take that again?
Pat, there's nothing wrong with that one. Trust me, that one is totally acceptable. But if you wanted to give it another shot, I wouldn't be against it.
I love the aura you put off on that. Anyway, I'm gonna go take some ketamine. I'll be back later.
I'm gonna take my shoes off and shit myself.
Yeah. Anyway, Pharrell just wrote another song. I'm gonna go take credit for it.
Another royalty check.
Oh, boy.
Going on vacation. You're like, yeah, man, you fucking did it. Stop rubbing it in. Shut up. Shut up and smell bad. Yeah, exactly.
Rick Rubin.
Sidewalk Toes got it. Shut up and smell bad.
Rick Rubin made me realize I'm anti-Semitic because when I just saw the success he had, I go, he's got to be Jewish.
Well,
I think he is.
Like Rubin? So he's like Rubin, like a corned beef?
Yeah.
By the way, I brought up the topic to Dom about the lunch meat thing. She's like, oh, come on. But hers was roast beef.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah. Oh, Rick
meat.
Rubin is of Jewish descent.
Yikes.
Exactly. Yeah, come on, man.
Bro, if my second guess was going to be Somali. That was the only other. That was the only other thing.
He's not running a daycare.
I'm just saying, like that's the only other way that people get a lot of money for not doing anything is if they're.
I gotta look, dude. I forgot.
Educational purposes. Don't kill him.
I love Somalis. I love when Somalis take.
I wasn't thinking of that one. I was thinking of the other one.
Oh yeah. Where is Slav when you need it?
Right. I mean, Jesus Christ, this is.
God damn it, Slav. We're noticing people are Jewish and Slav isn't even here.
Into it. Let's go. Come on, we're ready to feed into it.
God damn it, God. When you need someone to notice
people
look
back at this episode and he's gonna really kick himself. I'll tell you what.
Like, God damn it. No, I didn't. I gotta finish that Somali video we were all sending to the group chat. But did you notice that that's for fucking Ilhan Omar? That's Ilhan Omar's state.
Ilhan Omar. I don't know who the fuck that.
She's the pretty lady who's always like she's like the congresswoman or something who's always like America sucks ass.
Oh, what?
Or something like that. I don't. She just something like that.
I thought it was the guy. Isn't it that guy that was going to be vice president to the vice president that they forced as a Democratic candidate last election?
Huh?
JD Vance.
No, he's the vice president.
The other guy.
No, you're thinking of the white guy.
The other. Who's the JD Vance for Democrats? Who was theirs?
J. Large D. Vance.
What the fuck's his name? They said it in the video too.
Yeah. He's
whatever. That weirdo.
Yeah, that guy.
It's his state, right? Isn't that his state?
Yeah, but it is his state. But Ilhan Omar is also the U.S. representative for Minnesota's 5th congressional district.
Ilhan Omar, and it's a lady, you said? Tim Walz.
A lady.
That's it. Tim Walz.
Tim Walz. That's right. No, I was just, and obviously I'm not. I don't know shit. To quote Ozarks, I don't know shit about fuck with this.
Who's blue JD Vance?
This lady.
Damn.
Yeah, right? She's cute as hell.
She's beautiful.
cute as hell, but hates America.
From what I
dude.
see.
Yeah. Yeah. Let me Ilhan Omar bikini.
She could be bald as hell or redheaded. I don't know.
But no, I just was like, I saw Minnesota Somali, and I go, isn't she a Minnesota Somali?
Damn. Is she?
I wonder. She is. I wonder if there's a thing with her in that.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's like her family.
Maybe
Like
maybe
she's
she
bringing in.
Well, maybe it's like a Dunkin' Donuts situation.
She's
You come to
franchising Minnesota.
Yeah, you come to Minnesota, she sets you up with a daycare.
Hey, little Somali. Hey, how's it going, guys? Welcome to Little Somali's Daycare. Why not just call it Somali Daycare Fraud? Like, why not? Why do you have to name it anything else? Because like
That would
literally
rule.
nobody's checking.
Yeah.
Did I tell you the roller coaster I went on with that video? I was like, I go, man, this is crazy.
Like,
All this
sir,
corruption.
you can't watch this video on this roller coaster. You have to put your hands down.
And I was like, I'm holding it. I got a pop socket. I got
How
a fucking
much-
pop socket. What are you talking about?
Whoa!
Look. Okay.
How much money are they getting?
What the
Whoa!
Wait, what the hell is Minnesota? No, they go.
Whoa!
but they're talking about this, and I go, oh man, all that fraud, that's crazy, blah blah blah. And then two dudes just start going to daycares, which absolutely look like they're frauds. 100% look like they're frauds with a camera, and start going, where are the children? Show us the children. And I go, I understand where you're coming from. It's about your execution, though, because your execution is going into a daycare with a camera as two white men holding a paper going, there's millions of dollars going here. Where are the children? Show us the children. We need to film your children right now. And then he goes, maybe I should start trying to act like I'm getting my kid in there after he's already raided like 4 daycares saying, where are the children? You need to show us children. And you go like, I would never do that at a daycare. And also, I can't share any personal information with you. It's when he starts asking if he can sign people up.
Yeah, that was the better strategy.
Yeah. But
well, no, there was this video I saw of I remember a while ago, Alex Jones just happened to be at the border, and he was claiming that they were like trafficking children from the border or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's just outside of a bus going like, where are the children? Show us the children. And I go, Alex, if they're not doing it, that's the worst thing to fucking do. Yeah. You're definitely not going to see the children.
You have to be 100% here. If you are seriously just wondering, that's totally cool, and I support you 100%. But when you start going, dun, 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 show us our children.
I am here to save the kids.
Let me in. No, I want to get my kid in here. I want Johnny to come in here. Like, Johnny? What the fuck? Sign up online, dickhead. But then
no, that was the part. I only got like 5 or 10 minutes into the video. I'm gonna try to finish it before panties because I feel like Lemaire might bring it up or something. But I remember that was the thing where I was like, oh yes, I agree. Expose this corruption and people stealing money and blah blah blah. But it was just the one guy when they started on the one guy, and he's like, yeah, so I just started noticing every day when I was near this preschool, there was no kids. And you go, wait, where did it start though? How did it start? Like, I'm happy you're getting rid of the corruption, but where did this start for you?
So I was cruising past this preschool, one of my regular preschools I cruise past, and I noticed, damn it, no kids again. What the fuck is going on here? So
I was doing my daily.
Even if that was the root cause of what got us to the bottom of this, I go, okay, cool. Let's look into that. Also, let's get some cuffs on this fella who has just happened to be scouting fucking preschools all over Minnesota. And he was so upset and disappointed there was no children to look at. And I go, that's a red flag. I go, camera right over here. So how'd you find this out? I
was doing my morning preschool check.
Yeah.
And then I started to realize.
Do you have any children, sir? Oh, no, I don't have any kids. So
he's just talking to him. He's like, here's the thing. Post-nut clarity's crazy. And I started to realize. I go, wait a minute. I'm only jacking off at the thought of kids. There are no actual kids.
Wait a minute.
I got to the bottom of the corruption.
Yeah, I just don't think that like it's a thing where like I'll tell you right now, if everybody in the chat, I do not condone this and I do not suggest that you do this. But if you want to expose anybody, show up to a school as a grown man screaming to ask to see children.
Yes.
And you know what? Everybody's going to clam up and they're going to lock you out and call the cops, just like they did on this whistleblower, because he's going in there going, "Show us your children, give us some children to look at. Where are all the children? Where's the 2.5 million worth of children here?" And you're like,
Where-
was it a holiday? Was it a weekend? I have no idea any of the context of this, but it was immediately built. And apparently it's gone. I've seen it in a couple different places since Lemaire shared it with me or with
I saw
us.
JD Vance was tweeting about it.
So it's like crazy, absolutely, but it's also like, yeah, let's fact check a couple things here, because also, was this a Saturday? I don't, is this a defunct place? Like, you're showing us those stats. I have no idea any of the other context, but how they were selling it and how they were putting it out there, even the way that they put out the video and said, "This is how we want to represent this," I go, not the best execution. I think that could have been handled a lot better. And it is very weird to have two grown men showing up and going, "Show us children. Show us. Show us. You need to show us." And then you go, "Who are you?" "I'm a journalist." And you're like, "Okay, you don't get to see any kids or records or anything. You're not doing an investigation."
Yeah, I'll say this. That is the problem with well, I don't even want to say it's a it's just what happens when you run into. Well, here's the thing. You want people to do it the right way. Stop having like
I gotta let the cat in, sorry.
Oh, yeah. Here, wait. I want to wait for Pat to hear this. Look at that booty. Look at that beautiful booty. I was gonna say, like, I've noticed this with there's like a lot of these YouTubers that they're like they get curious about shit, but they don't go about it in the quote unquote like right way that like you would think an investigative journalist should go about it or whatever. But then at the same time, it's like it's real proof that like our journalists aren't doing a good job when it's like a random YouTuber is having the big expose.
Yeah.
So I guess for me, I got to watch the whole thing. For me, when like everyone always nitpicks the YouTuber's process, and I'm like, well, yeah, if you want a better process, then the fucking journalist should be actually doing their job. I think it's more like that's the point I'm trying to make. Is like my takeaway is like every critique you have of the YouTubers is more of a critique of the people who should be doing this rather than them. It's like it's the same thing when people get mad at the pedophile hunters because they're shoulder checking these fucking autistic pedos into walls. And it's like, yeah, dude, if the cops are actually doing their job, you don't have anyone shoulder checking pedos. You know what I'm saying? So I really it's not even that I necessarily disagree with it, where I got to see the whole video. Like you said, it is funny to like show up to a school to go wear the kids, and then you leave that in, and then over the process, you start to figure it out, and you go, why didn't you edit out the fucking shitty way you did it? But I gotta watch the whole thing. I guess what I'm trying to say is it's like, to me, that kind of stuff is more indicative of how the people who should be doing this are doing a horrendous job. So you're just leaving a hole in the market for fucking unskilled YouTubers to figure this shit out.
To possibly fumble it. Like, they're exposing it for sure. But like, is it enough? Like, people are gonna ask about it. There's one point, it's really hilarious. I hope it's brought up later on, because I really want to play that clip. All right, maybe I'll just cue it up either way. But there's a part of the video where this, like, I'm not even gonna say gay, super effeminate, possibly gay, I don't know. Other reporter was there, this black kid, and he's just like, they're destroying our home. This is my home, and they're destroying it, and I just don't understand. And I am not exaggerating. If anything, I am playing it down, because like, as he's trying to talk to this congresswoman, like she's leaving her work or whatever, there's another like independent reporter guy, young man that's there, this black kid, who's like, why are you doing this or whatever, like whatever he asked her or whatever. But then she walks away, and then so he's like standing next to the white kid interviewer guy. And he just starts like fake crying and kind of having a mini meltdown about how he's just so passionate about how they're ruining his state. And you're like, It really took me out, like not took me out of it, but also that was another thing where I'm like, you could have cut that. That absolutely was one of those things where like it didn't add anything to it, but also it was just this guy who's kind of having a little mini meltdown, and I couldn't tell if they were on the same side or not. You know what I'm saying? Like if they were actually upset about the same thing, because it didn't sound like when he was saying that he's like, they're ruining our home. I'm like, the Somalis or who? What's your beef? Hey, like he didn't interview him. The guy didn't like. He didn't give like talk to him at all or like do any kind of interaction. But that part where after the lady walks away and he has this mini meltdown, I'm like, that was totally unnecessary and didn't help this documentary whatsoever. And I want to know what that guy's all about now.
Yeah,
he was
to me, again, I'd have to watch it, but to me, that just sounds like YouTubers going, "This'll keep people engaged." And again, it just goes back to my original point. I go, if you don't want the YouTubers breaking stories, then the news actually needs to do their fucking job.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Yeah.
So
it's interesting. Yeah, I always get that. I do like hearing. Well, I don't know. Like's a weird word, but I those stories to me are like more interesting at times because I think, like, I remember them talking about it during COVID. Like they recorded way more deaths as COVID because I guess the hospital got like 30K every COVID death or something.
Damn.
So like it was just magic.
I had 4 people died COVID in my house, man. Shit.
Oh, you tell me I could get $120? Shit.
I'm the Ladybird Lake killer, man. Shit. I killed all those motherfuckers with COVID. Shit.
I gave all them COVID. I gave all those gay guys COVID and threw them in the lake.
Come on, man.
My theory on Ladybird Lake is they're all getting butt fucked into the lake. They're all having gay sex on the bridge, and as it comes, it shoots them into the lake.
Whoa!
Yeah.
Too hard. Whoa!
Whoa! I'm gonna bust.
It goes.
Whoa!
Like when they disconnect, it goes.
Yeah, they're all getting butt fucked into the lake,
and the other guy falls backwards, and he just goes. I gotta go.
Yeah. By the way, when I become president, there's no bottoms, there's no tops. It's just butt fucking.
We're all versus. Everybody gets butt fucked, and everybody fucks butts.
You will be butt fucking. Everyone's a butt. Everyone is fucked.
For every butt, I want a dick for every butt to be fucked.
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. That was solid. It was a solid butt fuck riff. Anyway, we are the news.
Yeah.
Welcome to Drag the Lake. The news. It is funny. There are people in the chat that tell me, they're like, I get most of my news from you, and I go, that's scary.
Yeah. we do. It's nice to know that we could guide the conversation, but. There was a couple things, but I wanted to just first apologize about half an hour
for being a white male.
For being a white male.
For existing?
No, for being
breathing up all the black man's air.
I had to write a strongly worded email.
Ooh.
Had to finish
up. I love hearing stories where Pat gets mad at customer service.
Brother, customer service would be a lovely welcomed thing. T-Public. You're on my shit list, man.
Sorry, real quick. Welcome to Drag the News.
Drag the News.
Turns out Tim Walt's gay.
This
has been Drag the News. Tim Walz legalized butt fucking his wife. Drag the News.
Tim Walz has been butt fucking Minnesota with Somalis. News at 11.
Somali daycares are butt fucking Tim Walz.
No, this was a issue that like I go. I don't know, man, like mid-month, about December 14th. I hop on to T-Public and I start browsing a little bit. T-Public, do you know?
That's the like graphic tees website.
It's essentially the copyright infringement center for T-shirts.
Yes.
Where they're like, we can do anything. We can put shirts anywhere. And you're like, is this legal? And they're like, shut the fuck up.
Shut the fuck up. Are you gay? Are you a gay guy? Shut the fuck up. Go butt fuck that guy. T-Public just gets you butt fucked.
So I pick up a couple shirts. I pick up a nice little shirt for myself, nice little shirt for my wife, and a nice little other thing for a bit. Right? And I go, man, this is going to be so much fun. I'm so excited about when I get somebody a gift or I get somebody something that I can surprise them with, I get very excited. So I get it, and it's Christmas time. But they offered shipping guaranteed before Christmas, and that's the one I click. That's the one I pay for, right?
Yeah.
I know it's a busy time. It's okay. That's fine. Shows up in Austin. It's the fact of the tracking numbers, right? And how they don't track anything or update it at all. It was in Austin, if the tracking number is correct, since December 20th. They didn't
What
even.
the hell?
It's
That's right before Christmas.
right, and you go, wow, oh my God, that's great. Estimated. It was estimated to be delivered on the 20th of December, all the way up until the 27th.
Yeah.
Which is when they made their first attempt. And Andy, you,
Me.
not the smartest guy, right?
What?
You're not the smartest guy. I'm not the smartest guy, right?
I'm literally the smartest guy.
I hate to correct you, but I am actually the smartest guy.
I'm actually the smartest guy. But anyway, well, I'll be a character. I'm not the smartest guy ever. I'll pretend for a minute.
But like,
I'll improv on this comedy show.
Yeah, let's do a quick reenactment. Let's pretend like either one of us have ever done any delivery work, literally ever.
Ever.
What's the main process usually? Is it somewhere? Let me just see if this is something that sounds right. You pick up a package or a thing that is attached to an address.
You pick up a package. I heard about you back in the fucking day. Anyway, go on. Tim
you
Walls over here.
You pick up the order.
I'm bored.
There is an address attached to it. Yeah.
All right, I'm picking up what you're putting down,
and then
Jack.
Putting down. You just brought up a great point, because I don't understand how there's an attempt at delivery, because literally the attempt would be putting it down. Put it down. That's the attempt. Did you put it down?
Well, they do. Do they do the Amazon thing where they take a picture of it?
No, they don't. They don't deliver anything. Amazon delivers. T-Public doesn't fucking deliver anything. They guarantee delivery, but they don't actually deliver. See, that's the loophole, right? I bought the guarantee. I didn't buy the delivery. Obviously.
What a brilliant, beautiful lie. I never even thought about it. You couldn't possibly guarantee that, T-Public.
I guarantee you, Farwild, I will guarantee you get 100% of my T-shirt business from now on. If I'm making any kind of quote-unquote alternative T-shirt to maybe what the copyrights might be, we can talk. And I'm happy to work with you. And I won't.
I'm trying to ignore copyright law. I will hit you up.
And that's the thing and if I do want something copywritten, I'm going to give it to you. You're going to get all the rights. Because
that's so funny.
It's fucking crazy that it's like they attempt to deliver. How do you set it down? You just bring it to the numbers on the box and you put it down where those numbers line up. Hey, look, the numbers are the same. Put it down and then walk away. What are you doing? What's the attempt?
That's so funny to be like, we guarantee. Also, we have no
no idea what we're doing even a little bit.
Well, that's the thing. There's a lot of businesses that like just they're like, you're not gonna fucking call us. And if you do, we'll make it a problem. Or we'll just refund you. Just say shut up.
This is my issue. Is because I've been bitching about customer service decline for years, but it's like, especially since I moved here, I've noticed it so much more, because I'm getting this fun little trend now where I get terrible, shitty customer service, and then they go, like, it happened with Jet's Pizza. They forgot my order. They just didn't do my order. So, like, the whole time I was supposed to be there, I'm like, what the fuck's going on? What the fuck's going on? I finally get a call, like a half an hour after it's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
To say, oh shit, we're so sorry. We just saw your order. And then they go, do you still want it? I sent T-Public 2 fucking emails over the Christmas break since the 23rd saying like, hey, says it's going to be here by the 25th. Is it? And then not. And then afterwards, like, hey, it did get here by the 25th. Where the fuck is it? And then I get an email back today. She just goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry you didn't get your package. If you'd like, we can send it to resend you another order. and or if you want to do this or that, like the thing, or we can refund you or whatever. And I go, I said, of course I want my fucking order.
Yeah.
That's why I ordered it, first of all, and
Wait.
then emailed you twice about it to say, where the fuck is it? Because I really want it.
Can I ask you a question? How often, like, do you ever have trouble ordering shit to your apartment?
No, we have We've signed up for package concierge. We have I don't know if you know this. We have a front door that has all the information you need right there.
Is that what I walk through?
That's where if you want to put a package down, like you could just do it right there where my fucking door is. And then I have a whole mail room.
You guys know Timmy No Breaks? This is Patty No Breaks because Pat can't catch a fucking break.
It's like one of those things where you're like, I said, so I emailed her back. This was the email I woke up to finally after fucking. I understand there was a Christmas break and everything. I'm not fucking Scrooge McDuck over here, but she said, this is from Alexandra at T Public. Hi Patrick, I'm so sorry to hear your package didn't arrive, and I would be happy to reship you another.
Wait, are you sure she said it all sexy like that?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, Patty.
And Alexandra, come on, she's fucking.
I'm doing text to speak because I'm pushing my wet, soapy tits together while I email you, Patty.
This is the passive aggressiveness I don't fucking like. Is happy to reship it for you to the address provided. If this is correct, but there's another address that if this is correct, but there's another address you might work better, please let me know, and we can send it there this time. However, if you'd like a refund for the lost order, it's not lost. It's in Austin. It's here. It's somewhere here. It's not lost.
Well, you got to
what did they attempt to deliver a couple days ago, and how did it get lost? Because I didn't get that update saying it's lost. So
I mean, you're talking about an order. No one knows where it is.
I know where
Sounds lost. Where is it, Pat? Where is
apparently
it?
In this complex at 7:55 sometime on Saturday.
Sounds
somewhere
lost.
It was attempted. Somewhere they went, it's so hard. What do I do?
Question marks, Pat. I'm just saying these are all the words around lost items.
Right.
Still on your side.
Yeah, no. That's what I'm saying. Is like or if you'd like to be if you'd like to be refunded for your lost order, please let me know and I'll arrange that instead. Please let me know how you'd like to proceed. Best, Alexandra. And I said,
you said, listen up, bitch.
Well, no, it's a thing where I'm like, I appreciate it.
You just type out.
I know you're lying about being sorry about it. You're not sorry. You don't care. Don't waste my time. Just get to the problem.
Well,
don't give me the formality. I understand the formality, but we're not talking on the phone.
Yeah, caring about that is almost pointless because that's irrelevant. I almost just go like, yeah, there's the formalities, and it's like, how do we figure this out?
Yeah, I said into response to Alexandra.
So I was just reading Dunbar's comment. What a wild voice choice. It will, Patty.
So,
happy birthday, Mr.
That's
how you read it.
No, I said, what I'd like to know is why you guarantee something you apparently have no control over. This address I provided would be more than okay, as it is my literal address. I live there. I have a mailbox and package concierge available here, so I said there should be no issue delivering here. And to see if I still want my order is crazy to ask. Of course I want my order shipped to my house. That's why I ordered it. Then send multiple emails asking you where it was.
She emails you back. She's like, "Sir, I'm a Vietnamese woman in the middle of getting raped. I don't care what you want."
And I'll go, "I'm so sorry you're getting raped right now." Right? See how you can tell I don't care?
She's like, "I'm currently on a bus getting raped, sir. Do you want your package or not?"
Right. It's like I am a stupid man, but I know numbers on box where box go. It's the funnest. And when you have guaranteed shipment and you don't even have people that know how to set down a fucking box. So I said, so yes, I would like my order. In addition, I think it would be more than appropriate for you to refund me for any shipping costs I've paid, since I was not provided with any service whatsoever. So please send me my order ASAP so I can be done with this. Thank you.
You're like, I need my Who Farted shirt
I
yesterday.
just want the fucking little gift. You know what's crazy about not having enough money for holiday gifts and then just going like, I want to get my wife a little something. Is that I make the mistake of going, I got you a little something. It's not much. And now she's been waiting for a month for it because and it's just a fucking t-shirt that I think she'll like. I think she'll like it, but it's the fact that you guaranteed it was going to be here and you have absolutely no control over that, and it's exactly what you're talking about. They just figure that either I'll go, "Hey, I'm mad," and they can either refund it or send another order. No.
Yeah.
You got to fucking do a little bit here. You're supposed to be offering some kind of service here, and you're offering zero service. I was guaranteed a package before the 25th, and I have nothing at all.
Here's what you do, Pat. This is what you got to do. You do what I do. You wait till Christmas Eve. You order all of your family's gifts off Amazon, and then you call them on Christmas and go, they're going to come within the week or two. I love you.
Yeah.
That's what you do.
I'm just gonna like, this is literally it's the fucking it's anytime I am guaranteed something, it's for the only guarantee I have is it's not going to work the way it's intended. I'm not saying that I won't be okay with it, but I'm just saying that it's one of those things where it's like, no. If you pay for the reserved parking space, somebody else is going to take it. Nothing can, and I'll go, hey, somebody's in my spot. And they'll go, okay, so yeah, we'll file a report. And you go, okay, so nothing. You're not going to, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't know, dude.
I have a mailbox, and they go, we tried to put stuff in your mailbox, but I just didn't know what to do. So I just left. And it's just like, I'm here. I'm here.
I don't know, man. You get real mad about stuff for a guy who's like, nothing ever goes right.
Bro, I get mad because it's a thing where it's like, it's my disappointment in my disappointment in my expectations. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's a thing where I go like, oh, this car is going to have a transmission issue. Well, I better get something that covers that transmission thing. And I think I've done the responsible thing. But really, what I should do, and this is how I learn, is you go, okay, just try not to get a car with a transmission issue. You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing, because you can't count on the warranty to help you, especially even if it is meant for the exact problem you get it for, because that's just how it works. Did I tell you about my gap coverage for my car? The car that was totaled out?
I know it was just shitty, right? I think you did.
Yeah, it's this was the end of the saga. You know, when I thought like, oh, I rolled over the equity of the my car to the one car that we have now. The wrecked car that I got in, my wife's car, was totaled out. So then the insurance company valued it at much less than it's valued at, gave them a check. So the gap coverage is supposed to be fills in the gap. Whatever you have left on your loan, if you sign up for the gap coverage, it takes care of the rest of.
Is that what that is?
Yeah, it's supposed to be that. But apparently, they decided that they only thought they should do about $1,200.
What was the gap?
$2,000. So now I have to pay the remaining $800 on a car I don't have that I signed up for gap coverage, insurance, and I was hit with a woman with no insurance. And I have no car, and I have an $800 remaining balance. Or my credit's fucked again. So it's like, boy, oh boy, literally nothing I sign up for that is guaranteed works the way it's supposed to. It's a pessimist. That's why I go like, I'm just gonna. It's not that I shouldn't stop or I should stop trying. I need to figure out how this all actually works, because it all just feels like a gaslight kind of bullshit.
That's why. Fuck. What's that new movie with the fucking the Skarsgård? It's called like Dead Man Wire. I just watched that trailer and I get horny, dude. It's just a guy that got screwed over by like an insurance company or something like that, and he finds the guy who's associated to the problem, and he like fucking ties a shotgun around his neck, and he's like, I see that this is why I worry about you. I see some sort of like Luigi Mangione in your future.
Again, no, that's the thing this is like, it's a thing where like when that happened, I was just like, oh yeah, I can kind of see why that would happen. And then like with my experience, I go, yeah. It's a thing where this is to act like, I think it was the Bill Burr's main argument with it, of like to act like this is a surprising thing for someone to
Yeah.
do with the way that they treat their customers. It's not even like I'm trying to screw them out of money. I'm the one that's been paying you this whole time.
Yeah. There's this
You're
weird.
supposed to be on my side. So when
No,
you call
that's-
me and they say like, "Great news, your financing has been changed to now your payments are only this much," because we still want to get the rest of that. We have to get that little interest out of you. But like, don't pay $800. Pay us $179 and for the next blah blah blah. And I go, that's not good news for me. You need to send that to the gap coverage people that didn't give you the money and let them know the good news that the rest of the money they owe you is that much. I don't owe you anything.
Yeah, all this stuff, all this stuff. Whenever I see like Luigi Mangione, that type of shit, I think to bring up Bill Burr, I do also think the whole like where he's like free Luigi. I go, well, that's gay, but I get why people go Luigi. I almost see that and I just go like, I'm honestly surprised. I'm not encouraging it for legal reasons. I'm not encouraging any of it. But like I'm like, I'm honestly surprised there's not more of it, because it is like the way that they like push people. It's why when I saw the trailer for Dead Man Wire or whatever the fuck the movie's called, I was joking with Steph. I was like, I love watching a reasonable man be pushed to unreasonable actions.
And that's what
it's like it's such a relatable thing, man, because it's like so often in US society, it's like you wake up and the world goes like, how much you dude, honestly, it comes back to butt fucking, because it's just like you wake up every day and the world's just like, how much you trying to get butt fucked today? And it's just like, I dare you to spaz. Yeah. I dare you to spaz.
And that's what I'm saying, is there's only so many, like you say, like I do get angry a lot, but it's because I get angry at it's not the injustice part of it. It's just literally it's people's selfishness. I hate selfishness. I hate it. It's a thing where like it's so it does, but it ranges anywhere from like double parking or like making a left-hand turn from the right-hand lane because I missed the light. I need to turn here, and it's like fuck.
No. Can I just clarify? By the way, I don't, because I like this version of you. Yeah. I like your passion, like that, because I'm the same guy. It's what I like. I get angry over it, where I go like, it's not hard to be a good person. Why is everyone just defaulting to being a sack of shit? I only poke fun at you because sometimes you go like, I don't care about blah, blah, blah. Nothing matters. I don't care. And I go, no, you do care. And that's why I love you. You know what I mean? That's the only thing I poke fun at you about.
The clarification I need on that is the fact that like, I know it mixes with the nihilism thing, is I know it doesn't matter, but it still does piss me off. And I do need to say it. So like, it's a thing that like, it is like, I know after I finish this, after I talk about this, it'll be gone until somebody brings it up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like, it's in there. It's reserved.
Yeah.
Like one of those things where you're like, you say something and it's like, there's been plenty of times where people go like, yeah, and that one thing, remember that guy that at the salad store? And you're like, what? And you're like, you know what I mean? Like I am making room for new anger. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I'm not harboring everything.
No, I know. I guess for me, like with the whole nihilism, nothing matters, nothing cares. To me, there's an inherent, like the passion that's built up in you implies a contradiction. Like that's all I'm saying. I think who you claim to be is not necessarily who you are.
Well, that's what I'm saying is believing that nothing actually matters doesn't necessarily dictate the way I act. I can still act the way I want to act. And I can still believe that nothing really matters. But like, if nothing, it's my same theory with like working at McDonald's or like any other like job that you would consider not ideal. Like if you're like in a shitty job and I wasn't trying my hardest, I would feel like a piece of shit because I was bad at a bad job. Do you know what I mean?
I guess that's what I'm trying to, I guess to me believing,
I can still care.
No, that's what I'm saying is like, to me, believing that nothing actually matters and then caring and trying feel contradictory.
Well, otherwise I would just finish it up, just kill myself. But
that's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying is like, it's it's a thing of like, it's not that I'm like,
No, I'm not
I have
Dunbar. I'm
no,
not calling Pat a fraud. I'm just saying I don't think I don't know. I also don't care that much. I just don't. I don't know. You give a shit. You care. I don't think you're actually a nihilist. You just give a shit and care,
I
and you're a
understand
good
that.
person and all that stuff. But it also doesn't matter to me that whole like you know dying on that. I'm not dying on that hill. I don't give enough of a shit to die on that hill or whatever.
Yeah.
That's just my thought. I don't know.
My perspective is very clearly, I know that I'm not concerned with my legacy. I don't give a shit about. I don't think that I'm not attempting to be remembered as the best of anything or anything like that. I'm just trying to be the best person now, right now, here. You know what I mean?
So I was laughing at Dunbar's comment.
I know.
They just stare in the pot.
But like the fact that like if but all the it's a comfort. It's a comfort thing to know that it doesn't really matter. That like I'm pissed off about that person that cut me off in traffic. I bitch about the fucking shirt or whatever. But like I know ultimately it doesn't actually matter, but I can handle it the way I feel necessary handling it. And I most of the time I try to just be a good person and likable.
Yeah,
Like that's
fair.
I don't think there's anything wrong with trying to conduct myself
It's not about wrong. It's not about wrong or right. I just don't. I don't think. I think the way you act and the way you claim your like philosophical outlook contradict each other. I think that your actions inherently contradict what you claim to be. But I also don't care. Is that you know what I mean? Because I like you and the way you are. So like whatever you claim to be, I go. I'm just happy the Pat is right next to me, being so damn sexy. And I just want you to talk in that sexy girl voice again.
I forgot it already.
But the fuck else was I gonna say? I don't know, man. Did you have a good holiday?
Yeah, that was all right. I just mainly worked, just did like dog sitting and stuff.
Yeah, I got good presents. I was so happy. Steph got me. Dude, I showed you the Kubla Khan shorts.
Yeah,
Dude, there was some. I had a moment where I was like, because I get hard on myself because, all the failure. And I was like standing, I was hanging out with Steph and I'm standing. And so her parents technically got me this, but like Steph told them to get it for me. And then I'm like, I'm wearing this hoodie in my Kubla Khan Realtree shorts. And I go, you know what? I'm doing pretty good. I got a hot wife buying me cool band merch. I'm doing pretty good. Like really just, and I was like, I got a fucking flat top grill my in-laws surprised me with, and I'm about to build that. And my parents got me a bunch of comic books. I go, I'm pretty happy with things. I got to be honest. I got too much debt, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I'm appreciative of everything around me. My family, my friends, my stuff. I really like my stuff. But yeah, I had a really good holiday.
What'd you get, Steph?
Oh fuck, that's what I meant to do. No, I got her Animal Crossing because she was talking about needing a game to like chill the fuck out with. So I got her Animal Crossing and I go, you're gonna love this. And she managed to get to like the end of her phone game. She plays some weird phone game with like dogs and it looks like Bratz whenever I look at it. I don't know what it is. It just looks like Bratz, and then you can like have dogs and stuff like that. And she just like got to the end of it. And I go, I don't want to know how much money you spent in that fucking phone game.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah, and then I got her a book. I got her a book by the chick in Bikini Kill. I forget her name, but I was looking for that and I go, I know that name. She likes that person. And then I just got her a bunch of like wine, and she's a big fan of snacks. She likes whenever she likes cheesy popcorn type snacks. So I got her a bunch of like snacks and stuff like that. Just a bunch of shit she likes. But yeah, I don't know.
Did you get her parents anything?
No, we basically buy for our own parents and then put each other's names on it.
What did she get for him?
What did she get for him? I don't know. Her fucking stepdad doesn't do anything. He just we made fun. We were joking with him because he just doesn't watch, like, he doesn't watch movies or TV. He just sits on YouTube and he watches Fox News clips and drill bit videos. Like, he literally watches guys review drills. And I go, that's good living, dude. So I think we just get him like Visa gift cards. Dude, can we, this is like a old topic at this point, but like legitimately, can we stop the Visa gift cards? Because like my mother-in-law got me a Visa gift card. And like on the side, it was a $50 Visa gift card. It cost her $6 extra. It cost her $56 to give me $50. But for some reason to people, like just handing me 50 is not a good gift. It's, I have to give you a Visa gift card. And it's like, and then I have to go to a website so now I can use my $50.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I got like
and
legitimately
you won't get all of it. You'll have to spend some of your own money. Like usually, you'll get something for it'll just take $50 off your total. But like you can't just that was my thing for whenever I would get gift cards or anything, I would try to use every last bit of it. Like,
yeah,
I wouldn't want like 17 cents left on it, but like you can't usually just charge 17 cents on a gift card sometimes. Like now they fixed it, but it's the thing where like and sometimes you actually get charged to use a gift card as opposed to like a debit card or something like that. You might get an extra charge. You know what I mean? Like,
bro, it just goes back to like fucking everything where you're just like, does everything have to be a scam?
Yeah,
it's like every single thing I fucking do. And it's like, that's too also, this is a big existential thing because I've had a lot of time to chill out and think about things. It's like a big existential thing I've been thinking about where, because like I've been realizing like, well, I was joking with someone where I go like, or maybe I was talking to you about it, but I was like, the American dream is just to get you into debt. Like, that's why they just sell you the American dream where it's like, you have to go to college and you have to buy a big house and do all this shit and get a big fancy car. And you have to go on vacation constantly and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, they just do that to get you into debt because college is fucking 6 figures. You know what I mean? College is 6 figures. Houses are super expensive. It costs you have to get a fucking mortgage to go to Disney World and shit like that. It's just like bullshit to get you into debt. And then I'm like, the more, because I've been getting really into like biographies and memoirs and just rather than learning about history specifically, I learn about like specific people. And the more you learn about like people higher up, it's not just that they're like talented, it's that they're like insane. You know what I mean? It's like I learned a lot from listening to the Elon Musk audiobook where I just go like, there's 1,000 dudes as talented as him. Yeah. It's just he's the guy that believed he was like sent here from God or something like that. So it's like if you take his talent that 1 million other dudes have, but give him his like, say what you want about his abilities. I shit on his abilities all the time. He's the hardest working guy. Like, that's a huge reason why he's the richest dude in the world is he worked harder than everyone else. But it doesn't mean he's like smarter. It just means he's not willing to deviate from his like mission from God he thinks he's fucking on and shit like that. And then you start realizing it's like, you know, I don't want to shit on Kobe because Kobe fucking ruled and shit, but it's like sometimes you see the clips of Kobe, you're like, that is a crazy person though. You know what I mean? When he's talking about how like
the guy that took a helicopter everywhere.
Yes, yeah, that guy.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah. Or the guy who's like, yeah, I was about to leave for practice, but then I saw you come here. And I was like, I'm going to practice here the whole time you're practicing here. So, you know, I'm like the big dog. And you're like, that's crazy though. Yeah. Like, that's just weird, man. Like it's then
a crazy, obsessive level of competition that people admire for some reason in hindsight. But when they're like, if they probably don't like, nobody likes Michael Jordan. Yeah. I don't think as a person, I think that he's kind of a cocksucker. And I'm not saying that Kobe was a cocksucker, but you don't get no helicopter crash if you don't take a helicopter everywhere instead of a car.
Yeah, exactly. And then you start real. Yeah. But the thing is, then it's like, you know, Kobe's a good example. Because Kobe's the most successful in people's minds because that's how they determine being the top of your industry is the barometer of success for people. They go like, now everyone has to have like the Mamba mentality and all the different variations of that.
Fuck
When
everybody else but me, and it's like,
and it's like,
okay,
no, and it's like there's a lot of these people like I don't know, man. I saw this video of this like old Chinese guy, and there was a cat. There was like there was an orange cat being orange cat, and he just grabbed him by his like two paws and just kind of like flipped him over his shoulder in a really low key Zen way. And like the cat calmed the fuck down and was like, okay, I guess this is what we're fucking doing. And he just did it with ease. And you could just tell like this dude I was just like, I want to be that old Chinese guy, like whatever that is, why you're doing that, why you're able to just calm animals. Like, I don't care about Mamba mentality. I want to be that old fucking Chinese man who just does that one thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And you don't do it for fucking attention. I say this on my podcast. You don't do it for fucking attention. And I go like, that's what I think a lot of people are like. We just get these people who are more prone to being intense psychopaths who are like, who get to the top and who end up running things. And it just completely alters our perspective on what should and shouldn't be. I think it's why I get way more interested in like people over, like I get interested in people more than shit and stuff. I don't know if that makes any sense, because I think a lot of people behave like they do shit and they don't even know why they're doing shit. They just do shit because they're like, this is what you're supposed to do. I don't know.
I'm like Dunbar. I'm more of a Mambo number 5 mentality.
Dude, I gotta tell you, I love. It's my favorite Mambo.
Jessica, Sabrina.
It's got to be the best Mambo.
Tina.
Yeah.
Bina.
I don't know. I just been having this like, because I was listening to this podcast. Shout out. I think it's called Dangerous History Podcast or whatever. Dude had a really good episode called like We're All Ruled by Psychopaths, and I just go like, yeah, man, because a lot of people at the top are not like you and me. And we're like, it's like, it makes you think like, man, I think we're just like sold this false reality because the people who get to these higher up positions, that's how they view things. And it's really not a way. It's really not a way of being that a lot of people would necessarily fuck with. It's why I always just go back to like, I hate a whole like cult of personality. I really, dude, it all comes back to like that fucking, was that like the cunty thing women would say where they're like, what have you done for me lately? You know what I mean? It's like looking at your politicians as like good or bad. It's like, nah, dude, what have you fucking done for me lately? Like, what are you doing? You know, all these, when people go and they look at companies and they're like, they support A, B, and C. I go, no. What are you making for me? What are you doing? What are you adding? I don't give a fuck about what you believe, because what you believe is probably a lie. What are you doing? What are you making? How are you improving any of this?
Yeah, I think the fact that I've brought this up the past couple huge tragedies where everybody was like, we're starting a GoFundMe for disaster relief for this people, or we're doing this, and people are volunteering and all this other shit, and it's like, you know that's why you put like governments or politicians in power, is to work for us. So in cases where we're like, hey, we need to stand together, we need to do this, and we need to do our part and all this stuff, like that's all we need to do. We don't need those leaders. They're not leaders. When Ted Cruz leaves, when there's a fucking hurricane, gets caught and goes like, oh, well, I was just flying my family down. I was going to come back, and gets reelected. It's our own fucking damn fault. Like, that's the thing where you're like, man, you're putting all of your faith into politicians. It used to be, one side would be like, oh, we're about independence and blah blah blah, and it's like, no, bro, everybody's all about it's all about what's it called? It's like you are stuck to people. You are reliant on governments now. People need you need approval. Everybody lives in a fucking HOA. You got to do this, and there's like all this shit where you're just like, bro, you can live life and you can also do things and not be, you can be good at your job and not a fucking asshole. Like, absolutely possible. And you can be honest with people and not be an asshole. You can do stuff like that, but it's a thing where like people just think that honesty is like being blunt or being rude or being a fucking cocksucker to somebody. And it's like, bro, it's legitimately, you can just tell somebody the truth,
bro,
and you don't have to be a dickhead.
I can't tell you how many times I've said that, is because, like, dude, I always joke. It's why like when people are around me and they know me and they get very like defensive and stuff. I go, everyone know I'm one apology away from just loving you unconditionally all over again.
Yeah.
And so it like one of my biggest things is always like, because I love when I'll be like, the fuck, and then like the response will almost be like, well, I'm not wrong. I go, yeah, but it was like the way you said it was crazy.
Yeah, legitimately. It's like usually unsolicited critique is just negativity. It's just criticism. Like that's all it is. Unsolicited advice is just criticism. So like if I didn't ask you and you gave me advice, you're just being a dick. I appreciate it, and there's ways to do it. And that's what I'm saying. I understand like the customer service voice and like kind of talking like this and just being like, I'm so sorry about where you are right now, and I'm just a little hint of that, just a little hint of fucking like, I know you don't care, I know you're getting paid, but it's a thing where it's the same idea where like to go like, I don't know, and you're like, it's literally your job to know. It's a thing where you're like, I don't know who else I can contact at this point. So it's the same idea of like, whether it be when you interact with people day to day, it's like you can do it. You know, there's a better way, but it stems from people neglecting self-care, and I really do believe that, because it's people projecting a lot as somebody who projects, and it's also a lot of times it's like things when people aren't treating each other decently or humanely. It's usually because they don't feel that they've been treated fairly or humanely, not necessarily by you, but in life. So it's like, it's just acknowledging like shit that like, it's acknowledging shit that that bugs you, that like kind of like triggers those things. But it's also like, it's also just realizing that there's professional traumas as well as like personal traumas that play into day-to-day interactions. So like you can have an interaction with somebody at work that you think is going to be the worst ever, and it's like it feels so personal, and you go like, oh, it feels like high school. What the fuck's going on? All this shit, and you're like, you're projecting a lot. Just talk to the person. They're an adult. Yeah. Like it's a thing where like one of my favorite quotes, and I don't even know if it's necessarily this, but like 99% of the stuff that people worry about never happens. Like most of the things that you're worried about never ever happened. So like, don't waste your time. Like just if something goes wrong, okay, that's okay.
You hear it a lot of times too. When I've been learning that a lot more, dude. It literally happened. It happened. Remember when I texted the group? Just we almost 99% of the time we record panties on a Monday at 1 p.m.
Yeah,
but me and Steph's family are gonna go do something tomorrow. And last week we had to change the time, and I was spazzing in my head about like, oh my god, we might have to record on Tuesday and I can't, and and blah blah blah, and I'm just like thinking about it all day, and I'm just like, oh, you're projecting because you're anxious, and you're just, and I caught myself just thinking you guys were all gonna because I caught myself thinking you guys were all going to do insane shit to me. And I go, what the fuck is there? Wait. Hold up.
Well, what about that time you were? And it's like, wait, what are you doing?
Well, I was like in my head going like, why would they do that? And I go, nothing's happened, Andy.
They didn't.
You're anxious right now and you're projecting. And that's when I immediately texted and I go, you have control over this situation. It's ironic because like, whenever I tell it to Steph all the time whenever she gets anxious, but when it's my turn to do it, I just forget and I go, no, I'd rather spaz right now.
Yeah.
And so that's why I immediately text the group chat and everyone goes, yep, good for tomorrow. And I go, oh, okay, there we go. We solved it.
Yeah.
And like
we solved the problem that never existed.
we solved the problem that you were creating in your head. And no, that's what I was realizing. And then it also makes you more compassionate for other people, but also more annoyed at the same time, because you're like, why don't you know this yet? I'm retarded. Why don't you know this? But it does make you more compassionate, where you start realizing you're like, oh yeah, like a lot of people, whenever someone comes, I've learned that whenever someone comes at you for a certain type of thing, and you're like, that couldn't be farther from what I'm doing right now, or like why I'm doing this, and you go, oh, that's it, that's something going on with you, and you're annoying me, but I'm sorry that's happening to you, and you're doing that to me. Like, it makes you
me. I have no idea who you are. I don't know who you are.
But it makes you feel more compassionate for them, where you're just like, oh, because I've made the joke before. I go, most arguments people are having, their childhood trauma is funding a proxy war, and their childhood trauma is the U.S. and and you're Ukraine, and it's like you're in the middle of a war you just have no you have no business fighting right now.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's usually what you realize once you like look at the substance of like, why would they say that? You're like, oh yeah, something fucking dumb probably happened to them as a kid, and that's how they view life now.
Yeah.
And it just makes you, I don't know, it makes me more sympathetic than angry, and I'd rather be that than just a ball of anger all the time.
And that's what I'm like. Ultimately, I know, like, but my thing is and it's kind of a thing that I get. It's just a personal. It's like a pet peeve. Literally, is when people make their stupid your problem, and it's like, I don't want. Yesterday I was driving on the fucking highway, and this minivan just slowed down to a stop
on the highway.
On the highway, and like to where like you had to swerve, you have to go around them. And I was like, but are they like, is there an issue? Like, somebody hurt maybe? Are there flashes on? No.
Just a guy jacking off.
They just slowed way down because I think they were contemplating if they needed to go this way or this way. And it's like, that's not where you do it. You don't do it like that. And I understand. I understand that you're either lost or maybe you don't know where, like how to read the signs, or you don't. I understand that. It's confusing. But get the fuck out of the way. Like, that's the thing of, like, I understand that, but go be dumb or bad at driving elsewhere. Don't do it on a major fucking highway, you asshole.
But because dude, that to me
I understand if you're dumb, but now you're dumb and inconsiderate.
No, I feel you though, but that to me, I'm not excusing him. That is a fucking retarded person. But like, you see shit like that way more than you think, where like, have you ever done that where, because valeting the cars, this happens to me constantly, where, because I'll be like, I have to take a right and then another right to get to the garage. So it's like, I take a right at this light. There's a crosswalk. Very often you go to take the right, you see people crossing, you wait, and then they'll see you and they will stop directly in front of your car.
Yeah.
And then it's like, but like, that's like a human instinct. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Where it's just like your fight or flight just tells you like, stand perfectly still and get clocked by this car.
Yeah, it's not fight or flight. It's fight, flight, or dumb. And you just go, dumb.
But no, the highway, dude, this is why I get obsessed with people, because I know how I am. And the older I get, the more I realize like, I actually like, I don't want to say this like I'm fucking bragging or anything. That's not, I'm just stating a fact. I start to realize there's so many people not like me. I used to think like I'm a fucking boring run-of-the-mill person. There's like a million people are just like me. And then you get older and you see people stopping in the middle of the highway and you're like, that's a different species than me. I don't know what that is. But like, that is so fascinating to me. A guy who's just going to stop in the middle of the highway. And then it's like, why'd you do that? And you're like, well, I had to go to I don't know which way to turn. And I go, yeah, but like, so you decided stop in the middle of a highway rather than, well, if I miss that exit, I'll just get off at the next one. And it's like, it's
I'm going to have to turn around. I'm a little bit lost. And you go, you stop making it all of our problem.
No, I'm so funny you brought this up, because I've been noticing it more, where that's sort of like Steph and her family is, Steph's like this a lot. I was telling someone about this. Big problems, like real big problems, she like locks in and it's like crazy easy going about it. But then there's something that happens when it's like a super solvable problem. She gets herself more stressed about that. And I always find that, and I'm sure I do it too. I'm not like being like so fascinating that people behave like that. I noticed that's a particular characteristic of her is like, she'll give me like a laundry list of like, well, this has to get done today. And I'm just like, hey, no, all those things are manageable. I mean, it's annoying we have to do them, but we'll get them done and shit like that. But there is this thing where like there are a lot of people, and what was the point I'm trying to make? A lot of people in general will get locked in on, like they overstress themselves over the solvable problems more than the unsolvable problems.
Yeah, like the thing where you're like, what the fuck am I going to do if I take a right turn or if I take a wrong turn? Like, you're going to turn around and go a different way.
There's other roads. Like, if you miss this.
This is not a death sentence. You will not be headed to Canada or like Mexico. You can just take, like you said, the next exit.
It's so funny, dude. You missed the exit. Like, now I live in Mexico.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you're acting like this is going to teleport you to a different dimension. Just go the wrong way because you made a mistake and you didn't pay attention and you didn't read the signs or you couldn't or whatever the fuck it is. That's fine. And that's what I'm saying is that is fine. I'm not mad about that. I'm mad about the part where you go, oh, hold on. Everybody, wait a minute. I'm trying to figure something out here. Hold on.
Up. I don't fucking know anything. Hold the goddamn phone.
Now, what am I supposed to go this way or something? And it's just like this. No, brother, it is not anyone else's problem.
That's such a funny visual. Can you imagine just being in a room and you're just like, you have a moment where you don't understand something and you just go, everyone hold the fuck up.
What? Yeah. And
I don't know anything.
But the thing is, it's literally, I say it all the time while I'm driving, it's just forward. Driving on the highway, it's just going forward. You just go forward. It's one direction. We don't have to worry about a stop. There's no stop signs on the highway. There's a yield for them. If they have a yield sign, that's for them.
Well, and you remember too, like,
wait for you. They yield. That's the thing is like, if you don't know the basic fucking rules of the road, get the fuck off the road.
Well, it's funny too, because like I remember living in PA. I'm sure it was like this out by you in Harrisburg and shit, but I remember living in PA. Like when I would go home when I lived in Hellertown, if I missed my exit, it would have had like 20 minutes because the next exit is like 4 or 5 miles away. You got to turn around and all that stuff. Texas is like, dude, if you miss an exit, there's 9 more in the next fucking 2 minutes.
All U-turns here. You can make 3 accidental U-turns and be, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a thing where like you can and there's way many different ways to get anywhere. You don't have to be on the highway. You don't, but it's like, I understand
this frontage road, brother.
There's tourisms. There's illegal and legal immigrants. There's people that live here that are from out of state that are shitty drivers there too. It's the whole bunch of them, and then it's just them going like, wait a minute, I don't know how fast I'm supposed to go, so I'm going to get to the middle lane and I'm going to do 45 on a highway. And you go like, I'll tell you that. Does anybody else look like they're doing that? Because
that was always
even
a big
process of elimination. English is a second language. You're new to driving. Just read the room.
Nah, dude. That's a big difference with because it's like people who claim that they don't have anxiety. I go no, because I've been noticing this the older I get, because I always grew up with lots of anxiety and stuff like that, but like I was always self-conscious about it, and I never wanted it to be someone else's problem. I think that's where you get the most anxiety, where it's like you're like, I'm not trying to be a bother. I don't want to be annoying. I don't want to put people out.
So good
people, but what?
So move.
Well, no. What I'm saying is like normally, if you get anxious about where the exit is, you don't want to be annoying and be a bother, so you lock in and figure it out. You're still as anxious. That person is as anxious as you, but the way they solve a problem is, again, Hold the fucking and that's
Yeah.
people who claim that they don't have anxiety, and it's like no, you have it, you just make it everyone else's problem.
You're a liability with it. Like you don't know how to address
exactly
it. You're a thing that you're just like, hold on, let me just think about this. You're like, you don't do it. Multitask. You have to multitask if you're driving and thinking, or have a navigator, or just maybe just check your calendar app on your smartphone, which you definitely have, and maybe use a little bit of data and hook that GPS up. What do you think? Just a little bit of data. A little bit of data, huh? Why don't you fling a little bit of data at this problem, and then you just buy your way out of it, because then the computer can tell you what to think, and that'll be fun.
God, I could talk about this for fucking ever. Yeah. I love overanalyzing the way people's brains works. But we got to go put panties in our mouths. Guys, this has been fun. We'll see you tomorrow.